This is just Bob Bowman, and I'm coming at you with another video. In this video, I am going to be piggybacking off of what it is that I talked about in my last video, which was about forgiveness. One thing that I want to say is that everybody has to deal with situations in their own way, what works best for them. Somebody that I love and that I have a lot of honor for, they left a comment uh, and they said that I should just move forward with my life and pretend like it never happened and just forget about it. And I tried that method for a while, and like I said in the last video, like there were a lot of methods that I tried over the years that didn't work, and I did that method that he wanted me to do. And one thing that I understand is that it didn't work for me. Like whenever I had a trigger or whatever, something bad happened, it brought me back into the space that I wanted to leave. And then saw the hurt and the pain and the animosity come back into my heart. And I'm like, yeah, I don't have to forgive these people. And I don't want to forgive these people. But how do I deal with all this anger, frustration, and animosity that I have? And one thing that I know is that I have to figure out a way to let it go that's healthy for me. And my method probably won't work for another person because I've done a lot of stuff. Like one thing that I did that was positive is that I used the experience of what happened to me to motivate me to do better in my life and to get things done that I needed to have done in my life already. Like I got to the point to where I travel now. I got myself out of debt. I'm still working on myself to be the best version of myself right now. So it put me in a headspace to where I am doing my best to improve my life to the best of my ability. However, I know that the anger and the resentment and the stresses of life in general, along with the stresses of dealing with those constant reminders of what happened to me, um, if I don't deal with it in a healthy way, it's going to start affecting me more mentally, physically, and spiritually. And it's already affecting me mentally and spiritually, but physically, I start having a lot of complications. And I already have a disability, but knowing that I'm struggling with unforgiveness in my heart, it was causing me to have even more health issues. And I don't want to keep suffering because of something that I'm not purposely trying to figure out a way to get over it. And this me going about me going about forgiving people that I know that I'm not able to forgive them, but I take it to God to help me with forgiving them. Like that's something that I want to try to see if it actually will work for me. Cause like I said, I can't forgive these people. I don't have the power to. But if I go to God and let him know that I can't forgive these people, please place it in my heart to forgive these people. Please place it in my heart to forgive myself as well. Please place it in the heart for the people that I've offended, who've I upset it over the years, that they can forgive me. That's all I can do. And just have the faith that God is going to allow things to play out the way that it is going to play out. That's the only way I'm able to get past this stumbling block that I'm having a hard time getting over. But it's me. This is me personally. And I know that, you know, other people have their own methods and it works great for them, but everybody doesn't react the same. Everybody doesn't think or feel the same. Like, we all are similar in many ways, but we are still individuals, and we still have to find out what works best for us individually. And that's what I'm working on, is looking for solutions that work for me individually. Like, when I was having a hard time with dating here in the States, there were some people that wanted me to just give up and take whatever I could get. And I wasn't, that didn't work for me. And I knew it wouldn't work for me. So I had to look for an alternative from that would work for me. It didn't matter if people liked it or not, if people agree with it or not, if they say, oh, you didn't handle it the way that I handled it, because I'm not you. I have to do what's best for me to handle the situation. And like I said, everybody is different. And I'm not going to pretend or try to just do everything everybody way, because this is the way that it works usually. If it doesn't work for me, it doesn't work for me. If it works for me, I will use it. If it doesn't work for me, I have to look for something else. It's like, okay, say for instance, somebody uses a pen, and that pen worked for them in whatever situation they had to use it for. But by the time I picked that pen up, it doesn't have any ink. So even though that pen worked for that person in that particular moment, at that time, it's not working for me. So guess what? I have to look for an alternative after I found either I find another pen or I find a pencil, so I can write down what it is I need to write down. That's just an example of what it is that I'm saying as far as this, and that I can't do everything everybody's way. Sometimes I got to figure out my own personal way of solving a problem and an issue. And I can say that I've done things like that. Like, I've went out and had fun and traveled and did all sorts of things, but whenever I had those same triggers that popped up, I was still struggling with it. And I'm not saying that I'm not struggling with it now, but I'm at the point to where I'm starting to understand myself, and starting to understand others a little bit more. And I understand that even though I'm getting to this point of where I'm trying to understand myself better and understanding how I can forgive, that there's going to be individuals in my life that's never going to forgive me for what it is that I did, and that they're highly offended by me. But I don't want to be in the same position those people are. I've been highly offended. And that's the truth. I was highly offended. Highly. My soul got stomped on. But I have to move forward with my life. And this is a way for me to move forward with my life in a way that I can know that I did the right thing morally on my end. Because I'm a human being and I fall short just like everybody else does. And I want to move on in my life, and when it's time for me to go, I want to go in peace where I don't have any animosity. Forget if others have animosity towards me. And I know that I'm not out here deliberately trying to hurt or harm anybody. So that's what I stand on. But it's no hard feelings and no regrets on my end. And I want the person to know that gave me that advice, thank you. I appreciate that advice. But honestly, it didn't work for me. And I have to look for another alternative. And that's what I'm doing right now. But with that being said, this is just Bob Bowman. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'm out.